But he shouldn't use a mobile phone.
I urge everyone to reject mobile phones because they are surveillance tools. So a mobile phone, whenever it's transmitting, is tracked, and the phone company records those locations. It's not just that they could, they always do record where you have been. In addition, since the software in the phone has a universal backdoor, it can be remotely converted into a listening device. And once that is done, it listens all the time and transmits all conversation. And you can't shut it off either, because it pretends to shut off and really keeps running and listening and transmitting. So the only way to make it stop is to remove all the batteries. All the batteries, because sometimes there's a big battery that you can tell is a battery, and there's a little battery somewhere else that can't be removed.
So I shouldn't use this mobile phone here, which has the non-removable battery.
The point is, you shouldn't use a mobile phone at all, because with these two, the fact that it tracks people everywhere and can listen to them at any time, not just when you're making a call, it can listen to all the conversation in the room. Your phone might be listening to our conversation right now. It might listen to every conversation you ever have. It might hear everything your sources tell you about any topic. So I call this Stalin's dream. Because if Stalin, please don't break in on me to stop me from talking.
No,
please don't do
I
that.
agree. I try to agree.
Yeah. So in any case, I call it Stalin's dream because this is exactly what Stalin would have wanted. If Stalin could have given a mobile phone to everyone in the Soviet Union, he would have done so. Because to be able to see everywhere people go and listen to all their conversations is exactly what he wanted. The NSA, we know this thanks to our hero Edward Snowden, can tell that two people are meeting with each other because their phones are close together. So the idea of carrying such a thing outrages me. And 20 years ago, it would have outraged you too. If you had heard about mobile phones and the next thing you heard about was that they track people everywhere and they could listen all the time, you would have said, that's horrible, I will not carry such a thing. And that's exactly what I did. Except that you apparently have given way to pressure from pressure on one hand and convenience on the other. But I have a very strong will to oppose things I consider oppressive. And listening to everybody all the time, tracking everybody everywhere, this is a threat not just to the individuals who are treated this way, but to democracy as well. So it's not just for my own sake that I refuse to be tracked this way. It's my duty as a citizen to refuse. And I can't tell you what to do, but I'm doing my duty. And I hope everyone else will do their duty, except if everybody else gets this up in arms, they can require the system to be changed. The system of mobile phones should be designed so it doesn't record the position of any phone unless a court has ordered tracking of that particular phone. This could be done perfectly well.
Let's go back to my.
And as for the universal backdoor that they use to convert the software, well, backdoors in software released to the public should be a crime. You should go to prison for that.
There's a need for legislation that opposes that.
Right. If that were done, I might use a mobile phone if all the software were free, of course, because I won't use non-free software.
Back to the 16-year-old student.
I don't know why you talk about a 16-year-old student. What difference does that make?
Because maybe he's a non-experienced.
Does it matter if he's 16 or 46?
Probably.
Or 66? I don't see why.
The pressure in his peer group is higher.
Well, maybe I don't know about that.
He's less.
I don't know
informed.
about that.
He's less.
I don't
informed.
know about that.
He's using
Sorry,
Facebook.
I wouldn't assume any of these things.
Okay.
Lots of people at many ages are ill-informed about these issues, and they're subject to social pressure. Mm-hmm. I urge everyone to reject unjust computing.
For the route, I just wanted to ask you, do I have to buy a specific
router? There may be only one different thing about that 16-year-old, which is that 16-year-old is going to school. And some schools are now demanding that students run non-free software, and some heroic students are refusing. Some are refusing.
Yeah.
Some students say, I won't take this. I won't touch this. I won't run that software.
But if teacher says you have to...
Then some students say no.
Mm-hmm.
And they must say no. This is where we need heroism. We need people to fight for freedom. Because when schools
you have to
become supporters of ignorance...
Yeah.
And that's what it is. Remember, a non-free program is the enemy of the spirit of education. Mm-hmm. It represents dependence on a particular company, and it represents teaching people not to help each other, teaching people to be bad members of society. The school that adopts non-free software is doing all those bad things. It is a perversion of a school. And it must be fought by everyone that has any relationship with the school. If you're a parent and your school tells your child to use non-free software, you should say no. If they send your child home with some non-free software, you should say, this is not allowed in the house.
Yeah.
You've got to go all out at that point, because otherwise it will be making you surrender and making your child surrender.